so that anybody not joining us will have access to this later. So welcome to our Body Electric weekly webinar. This week we're doing something special. We're doing a little power hour. I think a lot of times we've done this power hour concept at the end of the month, but we're actually doing it on the very first day of the month. If I see the Justin Timberlake meme one more time, I'm gonna puke. It's been all over my Facebook today. But welcome to May. And I'm super excited about this because I feel like our team is, in general, is just, and Natalie's team, we're gaining momentum in the business, right? We're heading into Summit. We're starting to see some great success in our business, especially after the launch of the Ultimate Portion Fix, which is just amazing. And I have a few announcements that I want to touch on first before we dive into this power hour work. The first thing I want to share with you guys is I made a post in the team page today, a couple screenshots just talking about the new updates to Facebook in general. If you haven't seen that, check that out. But basically the way I see it is Facebook is now like the stars are aligning for what we do as coaches. Like what we do as coaches is we run challenge groups. We run groups on Facebook dominantly. And so the fact that Facebook is really starting to say that they want all of their focus to be on groups and making that more user-friendly, making that be sort of the focus of Facebook, that just immediately spoke to me. Like this is something we need to be taking advantage of. So you can check out that post, or you can check out more, but just by searching, Facebook updates for groups. So that's something for you to know. Also, they just also shared today in the roundtable, I'm looking for it to make sure I get my details right, that we now have the ability, I have a screenshot somewhere, to go into like our shipping information in our Team Beachbody account, and we can, with the click of a button, we can modify our home direct orders. So now all of a sudden we have this easy capability. We don't have to fill out a form. It's really super simple. So that just rolled out today. And then lastly, I didn't know this, but it was announced today as well in the Coach Online office. I just saw it, where they are now offering a deal for people who purchase the 2B Mindset and Shakeology Challenge Pack this month. Since it's the 1-year anniversary, they are giving those folks free access to the 21-day fix real-time workouts, which is awesome. So if you have somebody that you feel like would be a better fit for the 2B Mindset nutrition plan versus Portion Fix, now they can sign up with 2B Mindset, and they can also have free access to the 21-day fix workouts, which is pretty cool. So that's something else. Okay, so let's dive into our power hour. I'll leave everything else to the weekly announcements. So let's do this. Since we have some new coaches on here and some veteran coaches, I'll kind of divide this up, right, into what you should be doing, because it might be a little bit different if you've never introduced your business before. So the first thing I want to do is take about 10 to 15 minutes to just kind of get warmed up and to check in with our existing challengers, right? So for those of you who have challengers in a challenge group of your own, or in our virtual gym right now, or whatever, I want you to head into the lead post for today, check on your challengers, comment back to them, or send them a private message if you're not hearing from them and say, hey, what's going on? How's your program going? That's going to get us warmed up, right? We're going to touch base with the people we already have in our network. If you're brand new to the business, so Nathan, anybody else that's on here that's brand spanking new, I want you to do this. I want you to go into our Body Electric Facebook team page. And in the files section of that page, there is a document that's called My First 3. I want you to open that. You can print it if you want to, or you can just reference it. But you'll see it should make sense when you open it. It's very simple. It's a blue document. It's basically how you're going to create your list. So how you're going to start your business, how you're going to put pen to paper. It's kind of acts like a memory jogger. So it's going to get you thinking about the people that you know who could possibly use help in their health and fitness. So what I want you guys to do if you're brand new is just brain dump those names. So if you're on this call and you have challengers, check in with your challengers. If you're on this call and you don't have challengers yet, I want you to form a list. Okay, you can use that My First 3 document. So we're going to go for about 10 minutes, maybe 12 minutes here. I'm going to set my timer. Ready, set, go. I'll let you guys play your own music if you want your own music. I won't torture you with mine.
made with vodka. We're going to call it a yellow Russian because
All right, you guys, we're going to go ahead and move on. So here for the next, I would say 12 minutes, we're going to do some follow-ups for our May group. So we do have a team group happening for the Ultimate Portion Fix. The prep week for that starts Monday. So hopefully you have conversations from April, people that you've been talking to maybe who didn't pull the trigger in April or March. Now's a great time to go to them and follow up. If, again, you're new to the business, you can continue to fill out that My First Three document. If you've already filled it out, I would go through and maybe put a star next to the people who you feel like might be a perfect fit for something like portion control, short 30-minute workouts, sort of like beginners to fitness. I feel like the 21-day fix program and the portion fix are great for anywhere from beginners to advanced. But for you starting out your business, might be great to think about who are my close friends and family who might be intrigued or interested in something simple like the portion fix, right? So you don't have to know everything about portion fix to invite to it, but maybe just go through your list, put a star next to the names of the people who you feel most comfortable talking to first. We're going to take about 12 minutes here for that. All right, you guys, let's keep moving. Sometimes I forget you guys are here. I like get in the flow and then I'm like, wait, there's people here waiting. Okay. So, and yes, I have a timer going. That's something I highly recommend doing when you're doing your own power hour, just because it keeps you on track, right? Because I know for me, I could get lost in the world of Facebook Messenger if I don't set a timer. Okay. So, our next few minutes here, what I'd like to focus on is our new invitations. And what I want you to think about is, maybe step one of this for you is kind of creating a list of the people that have been top of your mind, kind of just putting pen to paper and saying like, I've been meaning to reach out to her, or I've been seeing her posts lately about how she's training for the mini, or she's training for a 5K or whatever. Like I need to reach out to her. So maybe the first step is creating just a little short list and then just messaging those people to get the conversation started. Or maybe it means you've got some people that you've sort of been forming with, right? That you've been forming relationships with here for the past few weeks or months or whatever, and now you're ready to actually go for the invitation. So regardless of where you're at in that process, we're going to take about 12 more minutes here to dive into those new invitations. But there's something else that I want you to think about, and that is not only who could you be inviting, right? Who should you be messaging about your challenge group, but also who's ready for that invitation to coaching. I think that's sometimes something that gets left out of our little power hour. So I don't know if you guys have tuned into it yet or not, but last night we did our Finding Fulfillment event that we do at the end of every month. And Kara and Jennifer and Natalie and I each shared our stories. This time it was a very different spin. So we actually talked a little bit more about how this business has helped us from the financial side of things. So if you're not in that group, I can get you added to that group tonight. But if you've not tuned into that call, we really did, Kara, didn't we? Kara kept us to like under 40 minutes. So it's very doable for anybody to watch or listen to. So maybe tonight's the night that you reach out to those people who you think would make great coaches, or those challengers that you think you're ready to go for the invitation, and you say, hey, my team just led this really cool, webinar thing last night right here on Facebook. Would it be okay with you if I tagged you in that video, and would you mind watching it? Because I know that you'd make a great coach, right? Something to that effect. So not only are we going to spend about 12, maybe even close to 15 minutes on new invitations, but I want you to be thinking about new invitations to both your challenge group and to the coaching opportunity. And the last thing I'll say is inviting to these things doesn't necessarily have to mean that you're inviting to the end product. It could just mean that you're inviting to the next step, right? So rather than say, are you ready to become a coach? Maybe it's time to say, have you ever considered becoming a coach? And can I tag you in this video? Or can I send you a third-party tool of some sort, a video, whatever. So that's what I want to focus on here. If you are, so Nathan, I know as a new coach, if we have any other brand new coaches on here, what I think you guys should focus on right here is, of course, if you want to go ahead and just start making contact with some people that are on your list or people that you have in mind, it's never a bad thing to just reach out and be like, hey, how's it going? And just touch base. Like I wouldn't even necessarily think about saying, hey, I'm a coach now or anything like that. I would just simply start the conversation with these people who you have at the top of your mind. I will also tell you, if you're a new coach, that my number one tip for you is going to be, when that person responds and when you get to a point where you feel ready to send the invitation, let your upline coach help you navigate that territory. Okay, so rather than feel like you need to know what to say or how to invite them, let your coach help you. So we're going to take just a few minutes here to do those invitations, to start those conversations. I'm starting my timer.
Hey, Jenny. Oh, can she hear me?
Yes.
Oh, I kind of already reached out to a lot of people.
Yeah.
You know what I did was I had I put a post on Facebook
Perfect.
and Instagram, and then I sent out links to my website to
Mm-hmm.
everybody
Okay.
uh, in my contacts and on Facebook Messenger
Okay.
and Instagram, and then I just I sent like it was like a custom like check out my website. This is personal health and fitness that could get you started to get in shape this summer. And if
Right.
you have questions, please contact me through Messenger, through Facebook, through Instagram. However,
Okay.
yeah. So a lot of people have contacted me back,
Okay.
but you know, it's just been that, you know, just small talk.
Okay. So did
Like,
you say that you have had people message you back or have not yet? You
yes, I
have.
have
Okay.
people message me back.
Okay.
Like one,
So you've already kind of extended an invitation to something health and fitness related, and you're getting some responses.
right. So one
Okay.
lady, she asked me about like, do I have anything, you know, for her back because she's dealing with some back pains.
Yeah.
And
So you've got some custom issues. So here's what I would do. Okay. So I'm going to send you right now, like I'm going to private message you a link to a call that I did that I send all new coaches. It's called How to Become a Master of Conversations. And it's going to teach you kind of how to bring these people from interested all the way through to like sale into your challenge group. Because there is sort of this process that we want to go through where we are we're sort of like finding their pain point and knowing what they need specifically, and then we're making our product match up to what they need, right? So it's kind of, I don't want to make it more complicated than it is, but I think that will help you. But also anybody that's messaged you back, if you want to take a screenshot of what they've said to you, you can send me a screenshot like in Messenger and I can tell you what I would say. And then you can decide if you want to say that or not, or you can make it your own words. But I would say, like, let's take advantage of these people that you are, I'm guessing, are close friends and family members that you've reached out to who are interested already. And we'll see if we can make those conversations flow well.
all right, I got
Does
a
that sound
lot of
good?
congratulations, but trying to turn congratulations into buying something. All right, so yeah, just send me the link to the thing, and
Yes, I will do that. You can just watch that on your own time. But in the meantime, these people who've responded to you, let's get back to them. But I will help you do that. So yeah, perfect. Because we want to make sure we set them up with like the right program for them, right? So perfect. Okay.
Okay.
Looks like, oh, Abby, I just now saw your message. Yay, share a cart. Woohoo. Sorry, that was probably super late, but I just saw All right, you guys. Last but not least, so really quick though, I just have to get on a soapbox really fast. So quick story just to kind of give us a little mental break before we wrap this up. I take my daughter to Gymboree twice a week for play classes. And today we were there and there's this mom there who's honestly like always super talkative, super friendly. We always chat. She has a 3-year-old son and her son and Ellery play all the time. Long story short, she's there this week, of course, because she's always there. And today she walks in today wearing an 80-day obsession hoodie. And I'm like, what? Like, I've known this lady now for months, right? And like, I've worn my 80-day obsession stuff. Like, I've worn my stuff before. She's never said anything. So I asked her today, I'm like, how recently have you done 80-day obsession? And she tells me she did it this time last year. She's like, oh yeah, I did it this time last year, but I just finished Transform 20 and now I'm doing the 21-day fix real time and getting ready to do fix extreme and whatever. And I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, I never knew this, right? Like, I never even took the time to like, why would I ask her if she's done it? Wouldn't be a top of mind. But I started asking her, I'm like, are you a coach? Because I just assumed since she'd done like every program that she was a coach. She's like, no, I'm not a coach. She goes, my coach is in Michigan, ironically, is what she said. She's like, my coach is in Michigan. She actually used to be a former hairdresser of mine. And she said, I said, well, have you ever considered being a coach? Because she started telling me about how much weight she lost and she's done like 7 programs and now she's following the Portion Fix, whatever. She just went on and on. And she's like, yeah, she's like, I don't know. I've always kind of wondered what it was. So long story short, her coach she says she does online groups with this person, has never planted the seed with her that she would make a great coach or never asked her, have you considered becoming a coach? Right. And I'm just sitting there like, what? Like, this is crazy to me. Right. So she's sitting there telling me that she wants to go to Summit. She's asking me like, do I have to be a coach to go to Summit? Like, she's asking me all these questions and I'm sitting here thinking like her coach has literally never taken the time. So all of this to tell you that like, it's so important, right? That we extend the coaching opportunity, that we're not just inviting to our challenge group, but that we're also mentioning the coach opportunity as well. So last on our to-do list tonight is just your coach check-in. So coaches on your team, is there 1, 2, 3 coaches on your team and your organization who you feel like you need to touch base with, right? Like whether it's on a personal level or relating to their goals, who do you need to reach out to and make contact with? Who's maybe gone a little MIA, right? Like we always got to keep in touch with our coaches. So we'll just wrap up here the last 5 minutes with just a coach check-in. And then we will wrap it up. All right, you guys. We are closing it out. Okay, cool. If you guys want to keep working, obviously that's up to you. But in my opinion, we touched on what I think are the most important vital behaviors of the inviting game. So as you guys know, we have like our 4 vital behaviors. We touched on both the new invitation and the follow-up tonight. We checked in with our existing challengers and we worked our way to checking in with coaches as well. So I kind of see this in some regards as a way of sort of starting hot. And that is, checking in with the challengers that have already like entrusted us with their success, checking in with the people who were last month's Success Club points, right? People who are in our challenge groups currently. Those are the people, I feel like that just kind of gets us warmed up, right? Gets us in the flow. Then we go from there to following up with what I would consider our warm prospects, people that we've been in contact with. This isn't anything new. We're circling back to them. We're following up, right? So for me, that's how I start every power hour, because I'm starting in a flow. Like I'm talking to the people who are already interested or who've already invested. And then it gives me almost like the confidence I need to then go for those new invitations and those new conversations. Does that make sense? I think sometimes what stops people in their power hour is they kick off their power hour with those new cold invitations. And so they get that no right away, or they get that, person who views their message and doesn't respond, and it sort of just sets the tone in a different way. So for me, this is how I like to do all of my power hours, is in this order. And I always like to wrap it up with just some quick coach check-ins, like just reach out to a couple of coaches that I haven't heard from in a while, or people that I think I need to have a phone chat with or whatever. So hopefully it's helpful to you. This type of structure works for me pretty much daily. But regardless, we have it recorded. So if you ever need to tune into this call again, you can. If you have coaches that you feel like would benefit from this format, you can tag them in the recording tomorrow. So I will have the recording up tomorrow. Does anybody have any questions or comments or anything?
This is just me totally sucking. But when you post the recording, can you list out the times and just the brief synopsis of I tried to write down, but then I only wrote the first thing down. So then I went back and tried to fill in the gaps. But everything you just kind of recapped, I got some of it. But if we post the recording even, I find that really helpful because I save those and I go through.
It's easier than watching it, or listening to it.
I can't always watch it where I am. So
yep. I can tell you it now, but I will also put it when I post it as well.
Either way, whatever's easier for you.
I'll do both. So the way that I was originally planning on structuring this was 15 minutes of each, but obviously I started late by chit-chatting too much and giving you guys announcements. So normally I would say 15 minutes of challenger check-ins. This is usually through direct message and, commenting below their check-ins on the daily lead post in your challenge groups. So it's both in your messenger and in your social. The second 15 minutes was follow-ups for the May group. So anybody you were talking to in the month of April or March that you want to follow up with about May. The third 15 minutes were new invitations or new conversations to both challenge groups and finding fulfillment, coach opportunity. And then the last few minutes, we did a existing coach check-in. Who are the coaches that you feel like you need to touch base with? And then I kind of set it up since we had a couple of new coaches on here, I gave them a different power hour, right? Because they don't have challengers to check in with or coaches yet. So if you have a new coach, I think a great power hour for a brand new coach, like very first power hour, right, would be download the My First 3 document in the team page, complete it. It's basically like a memory jogger list for them. Then put an asterisk during the second 15 minutes, put an asterisk or somehow highlight the names of the people they feel most comfortable inviting right off the bat. The third 15 minutes would be crafting an invitation post to those, or an invitation message to those people with the help of their upline. Or I also wrote here, they could even do like their first social media post. If they haven't posted on their social media, that could be the second 15 minutes or third 15 minutes. And then last but not least, I have coach check-in. In my opinion, they're probably going to take a little bit longer on completing their list to begin with. So I think that's plenty of stuff to get them going for the first power hour. So I'll put it when I post the recording as well. I'll try to remember that.
Thank you.
But just remember, you're starting with the people you feel most comfortable with, which are your existing customers. Then you're going to the people that you would follow up with, which are the people that you know are at least somewhat interested. And then you've got the courage to go for the people who you've maybe not talked to yet. Right? For me, it sets my mind in this place that's like, well, if you say no, that's fine. I still have all these other people who do what I do. Right? Like I'm not deterred. So. Anything else, you guys? Okay. Well, next week I am on vacation, so we will not be having a Body Electric weekly webinar. I would encourage, if any of you want to lead a power hour like this for accountability purposes, I will just leave that open. If anybody wants to step up and offer a Zoom link for that, you guys can hop on and do this exact same thing. That sounds great, but I will be in Orlando trying to figure out a way to be in a hotel room with my daughter when she's asleep at 7:30. Trying to find stuff to do. So I'll be working, but I can't be on a call because I would probably wake her up. So, but the week after that, which I think is May 15th or something, Jennifer Tunney is going to be sharing with us on our call. I don't know if anybody's noticed that she's sort of on fire at the moment. Multiple months at Success Club 10. Her income is growing steadily. She's got big goals for this year. And she will be the first to tell you that she made the decision in January that that the word courage was going to be her word for the year. And that's something that she has totally owned. So I asked her to speak to everybody on the topic of courage and on the topic of going all in the business. So she is going to rock that. I have no doubt. If you guys were on last night's Finding Fulfillment event, she blew me away with her story. It was amazing. So that's going to be on May 15th. So you get a little vacation from me, I guess is what I'm saying. So if you guys don't have any more questions, I will just post the recording tomorrow. Should we do a picture with everybody smiling? Because y'all look kind of like, I don't know, dry shampooed and tired at the moment. We lost our male representation. He signed off. Okay, let's do oh, Noah's here. Okay. I'm going to take a picture. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Got it. I'll post it in the team page. All right, you guys, thanks for joining our power hour. I will see you soon. Have a great night.